My name is Hutch, and I work for a branch of the government called Redacted. Our branch specializes in discovering and documenting the unknown. The range of these disturbances can span from cryptids, alternate realities, bleeding into our own, and the occasional forgotten gods. If you have not read the last two posts about the recent occurrences in the Mariana Trench, I recommend you do so you can understand what I'm talking about. It already sounds crazy as is. Since my last post, many things have happened involving the trench. I finally made it to the company's home base that I thought was near the Mariana Trench. I assumed I would be staying on a ship, but the company ended up deciding on the opposite approach, which I'm glad they did. The company had access to a lot more resources than any other departments within the government. This is due to reality bleeds. A lot of the bleeds provide a lot of new materials and elements. One of the realities that opened up that couldn't be closed for unknown reasons, we decided to go explore. While exploring it, the research team stumbled upon something we call anti-gravity shards. These shards allow anything it's touched to float. We are still unable to figure out why these shards give the effect, but since learning about it, we have gathered a large amount of the materials and sent it back to our reality. With the shards, the company managed to combine them with the metal of an aircraft carrier, which would now be my home until the blade has been resolved. While I was being escorted from my home to the home base, I was shown around and witnessed the creatures. With them being able to reach the surface, the company had to set up cement barricades surrounding the entirety of the trench, with a couple of exceptions due to the creatures being an issue. The comment from the last post talked about the possibility of there being kaiju coming through the gate. So far, nothing of that size magnitude has been spotted trying to exit the trench. On the other hand, we have had strange creatures trying to breach the surface of the water. The ones that have been a huge issue, from what I could tell from my tour, were what appeared to be sea dragons. They were massive compared to the size of a whale. They have the ability to breathe underwater and on the surface. One of them had managed to scale part of the wall and had been attacking one of the groups with the builders. Due to these creatures being aquatic, the builders were given protection by Squad B-83. Squad B-83 have been given electrified M16s. These creatures are not killed by the rounds but are able to be subdued for further research. When we landed on the carrier, I was strip searched and shown to my bunk. Unlike normal employees of the company, due to my experience, I have been given special privileges. Compared to most people, I am one of the highest members of the company due to when I entered and played with my friends at a young age. We were trapped there for a long time. Time moves differently in every bleed, but sometimes is the same as our own reality. The one I had fallen in, though, moved at a faster pace. I spent 12 years there. When I came back, I had only been missing for 2. I learned a lot from my time living in a bleed, which company found appealing. Since my old age was completely out the window and my own family wouldn't even know who I was, they offered me a place to stay and a job. Even though I'm higher up than most people in the company, my bunk contained a twin-sized bed, a laptop and a TV, my own bathroom. From what I've been told, the carrier contains a couple of communal bathrooms and showers, making my room, even though seeming like it's small, a slice of heaven. After I unpacked, I was forced to go to an 8 p.m. meeting with the research team. I was brought to the lowest portion of the ship. The room I entered had a glass floor peering off into the abyss that is the Mariana Trench. I was completely shocked when I could see lights moving around in the water. While I was completely engulfed while I was looking at it, the researcher approached next to me with a clipboard and said, "They're beautiful, aren't they? You can't see the lights during the day, but you can see them at night. The bones are completely bioluminescent." I told her, "They are astonishing, but I don't think we've been introduced yet, have we?" "We definitely haven't, but I know who you are, Hutch. Your time you spend in the bleed helped provide us with information we couldn't have been able to get. Where are my manners? I'm sorry. My name is Mary, and I'm head of the research of this facility. When it comes to studying these beautiful creatures, and you'll be learning to befriend them." "Doesn't that seem a bit dangerous? Doesn't it seem a bit dangerous for me to hop into those waters? Of course. It'd be if we sent you down there. You would surely die. You spent a lot of time on land, getting trained to fight creatures from bleeds. Something you might not know, which is kept secret from most of the members of the company, is that we have a facility where we take in aquatic animals, fish, that we find. This isn't the first bleed that has opened up in the ocean. This specific bleed is just more dangerous due to the cataclysmic size of it, and the potential creatures it could release from the other side if they can find their way up here. I assume if we get a lot of blades up on the surface, since the Earth is 91% covered in water, you guys must deal with a lot more than us. That would be the most of people's assumptions, but most of the blades that open up are incredibly small, and a lot of the time it's something that does come through. The pressure crushes them in the water. The weirdest creatures that have come through one of these bleeds was a goblin in a submarine. He actually made first contact. It made us aware that he was no threat to us, even though he is so mighty, last of his, and I quote, dung goblin tribe. And we shouldn't worry. Usually we'd be captured or something like this, but we saw him open up a bleed and go right on through. We still don't know how he managed to open up a bleed in front of him like that. It was like something out of Doctor Who. Last of his kind, traveling realities. What do you mean it opened up a blade on its own? And I hope you weren't kidding about this creature, because it would be a big discovery. Bleeds, as you know, can open up by creatures. Even though we don't know how they do it, the Dung Goblin has given us a lot more information for our first time seeing it. We didn't know other than the Pandora's box, that portals could open by people/things, through machines. Also, no, I wouldn't be the head researcher of this facility if I was going around making jokes about entities. I would surely lose my job. Moving on to another subject, you are going to need to take this. Mary handed me a pill bottle with light blue pills on the inside. These will prepare your body for the high pressures within the trench. It is the best we have now, but with those without help from the machines, you should be able to reach at least a mile down. We have been testing this out on other locations that don't have giant monsters. You will need to take them daily. Don't worry, we also won't be sending you down without a machine to help you. Okay. Was there anything else you needed to see me about? I imagine pills weren't the only thing you would be giving me. You could have just had them sent to me. That would be about everything. The things we talked about earlier was actually what I was sending you down to get a brief on. You're free to leave. Please do not be wandering around here past 10 p.m. Guards will be on high alert due to the creatures attempting to leave the trench. This concluded my first day at the company's home base, the Mariana Trench. More stuff has been going on, which I think you will all find interesting when I finish writing part 4. Hutch.